Ugh. Okay. I'm here. Okay. Wow. Oh, today we are streaming the worst NES Mega Man. I say that fully knowing full well that Rockboard exists. So this is Mega Man 5, and it's a game. This game is just so like, it's not, I'm not saying it's terrible. It's a competent Mega Man game. You play it and you just go, yup, tastes like Mega Man. That's what I know. But look at this. Everything is weak to beat. Imagine that. Yeah, this game is just, it's okay. Look, they don't even have art for this. They just have to use the sprite. They don't give a shit. A crystal ball, gyro robo, star. What? Oh, Star Crush, yeah. Does this have the incredible box art? Just, Mega Man 5 is where they really just started to phone it in. A lot of people feel fatigued. See, look, even the Rush Coil sucks. Like, everything about Mega Man 5 is just bad. Oh, they didn't fix it! I emailed about this. I even sent him a picture of my fucking NES cartridge. This is the European box art. They were still using Goblin Face Mega Man in America. So, this game has a few weird quirks. So, at the time, Capcom were developing Disney games, like Little Mermaid and, of course, DuckTales. So, this game has an item in it called the Super Arrow that just kind of seemingly comes out of nowhere. And the reason for that is that when Capcom developed the Darkwing Duck game, they used that, they developed a brand new engine for Darkwing Duck. And they used that to create Mega Man 5. And one of the canister weapons that you could get for Darkwing was a suction cup arrow. And so, as just kind of like a little joke among the developers, they left the arrow in this game. So, I give so little of a shit about this game. I am streaming this hungover from last night, so I appear disheveled or disinterested. And this isn't even... Again, this isn't a terrible game. It's just the worst Mega Man game on NES. All of the weapons are terrible. All of them. There is not a single decent weapon in this game, except for Beat. Beat is kind of fucking legendary. Beat is like the most unbelievable fucking son of a bitch. Like, Beat makes up for everything in this game sucking. Like, just listen to this music. Does this music sound like the fucking banging Mega Man tunes that you're used to? Also, your charge shot is outrageously large in this game. And we have successfully rescued the G unit. And every single basic Met is now one of these son of a bitch Mets that turns into like 15 other Mets when it dies. And even like the levels don't even make sense in this game. Like this is Stone Man's level. We're in a world full of rock. Like, is this a rock factory? Like, what's going on? Is this where rocks are made? Are we like a Home Depot backyard? Like, what's going on here? And it's just kind of... activate Windows. I know that shows up in a lot of my streams. Sometimes. It doesn't look like it's showing up here. Look, a mystery tank. Quick, chat, is it mystery tank or mega tank? I swear the US instruction manual said mega tank, but it has been since retconned to mystery tank. Somebody at Capcom was in love with this rotating Mega Man here, because they use it for the weapon get screen. Hey look, it's a 1-up. Oh, I can't get it. What do I do? Maybe I can use my new stupid Rush rocking horse to get it. There you go. Wow. I believe this was the first Mega Man game to show you what the weapon actually does. I don't remember if this came out before or after Mega Man X. Oh, we're gonna get that 1-up, goddammit. Oh no, E-Tank, what am I saying? There we go. First try. How do I even manage this shit, I swear to God. Wow. 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 Does this level feel really long? I feel like the levels should have been over by now. Oh, here's the end. And look at this! Look, this is another weird part about Mega Man 5. Little baby boss doors. Okay, hold on. I will say this. Mega Man 5 probably has my favorite battle music out of all the NES games, though. Let me not charge up to... I don't know. I kind of like this one. Look, he's jumping around like a little monkey fella. Shut up, Carl. Play your records. Wow, no damage. Just a real testament to how fun these bosses are. Why? Yes. Yes, I do. Both of them, actually. Oh man, who is weak to the Power Stone again? Oh, Charge Man. Fucking angry Thomas the Train. I can make my own YouTube poops. And welcome to like the only decent song in this game. Was it Yoko Shinomura who did the music for the Mega Man games? Was she just asleep? I'm pretty sure these whirling propeller things are in every level. This game underperformed so badly in America. Because Mega Man had like the most sequels on the NES, not counting like Mario. People were just so fucking tired of Mega Man by this point that this game did so badly that Nintendo themselves had to publish Mega Man 6 because Capcom didn't want to. And it was only after Mega Man 6 turned around and did better that Capcom picked up the reins and published Mega Man 6 themselves. Because Nintendo didn't want another Final Fantasy incident where games were missing from the collection. What happened to the mouse? Why did he just disappear? And then you have these spikes for no fucking reason. Just don't go that way, asshole. Have I talked enough about how I was a stupid fucking kid? Because I was a stupid fucking kid. I always used to start with Charge Man for some ungodly reason. Alright, get ready for an exercise in how fucking terrible these weapons are. Oh boy. So you have to be right up his ass to hit him. But then not only that... Oh... Riveting gameplay. Let's do it again. I just had so much fun. There we go. You got the charge kick, aka Capcom learned absolutely fucking nothing from the top spin. Oh man, who was the charge kick? Yeah, that's right. son of a bitch steam vents that only start going up when you get close to them. Okay, the hitboxes on these fucking tubes are ridiculous. As long as you avoid the opened part, you'll be fine. Hey, look at this part that they reused for Mega Man 9 for no particular fucking reason other than to go, hey, remember that old part? Except it was worse because you didn't have the detailed background. Because for some fucking ungodly reason, Mega Man 9 was like, no, we're gonna be real fucking basic. And they didn't rectify that until 10. I talk about Game Maker a lot on these streams, and this bike right here, I made a space shooter with Mega Man on this bike. That is forever lost to time and only existed on my hard drive from like 20 years ago, so. Alright, keep an eye out for the Mega Man plate, because they put it out here like motherfuckers. And also, it's kind of a good idea to stay sort of right here, because you can avoid the Sniper Joes flying up your asshole. Except right here. Okay, I think it's like right here. Luckily, there's a rewind. When we get the super arrow, I want to come back and try a glitch. There it is. That one was the E. We got our ecstasy tab. It is Aquaman, King of the Seas. Wow, can we get an encore? Wow. No. How much do you want to fucking bet that even with all my stupid fucking around, I'll still probably beat this faster than I have in the past? Crystal Ball, Gyro Man. This Gravity Man is weak to the Star Crash. Let's go with Starman. And if I'm wrong, he's kind of a bitch anyway. Hey, fun fact out there for all you LGTBWTF BBQ plus minus ampersands out there. Did you know Starman is the first openly gay robot master? Well, now you do. Feel free to draw him with vitiligo or whatever's popular this week. Let's try to jump over these spikes just to... Nope, that wasn't gonna work. Why were those spikes there? Whoop, there we go. One thing I will appreciate about 5 is that enemies change color palettes during the level, which is pretty cool. Look at this guy. He was so cool they reused him for 6. Why, thank you. Oop. Okay, you can't see it because it happens really fucking fast, but those assholes that like jump over pits at you, see that part that looks like their tits? Those are actually their eyes. I used to think they were these like conehead looking dudes that popped up. I didn't realize they actually had a tiny little pair of eyes on them. Well, tiny. As, you know. And Mega Man himself, I always used to think he had just little dot eyes because I grew up playing these games on my fucking Simpsons TV with the knobs, but Mega Man has eyes. Or he's got sclera, I should say. Also, the Water Wave is one of the absolute fucking worst weapons in Mega Man history because it can only be fired when you're on the ground and it only travels along the ground. Everything in this game is just the worst. Just listen to this fucking song. Like, all of the music in this game just sounds bored. Hey, look at this Capcom turnaround. Was that part technically a hole? Can I kill myself if I drop down that? Let's see if we can go all the way back. Okay, I'm gonna see if that kills us. Oh. Well, god damn it. Sorry kids, we're not killing ourselves for science today. Look at that fella. He's got a mohawk. Oh, this is the fun one. Wow. First try. Usually it takes me a couple jumps to get that one. Well, then what was the point? Why did we go back down to go back up? I'm probably gonna die, so... Oh, never mind. He's pathetically easy. Look at Mega Man's color palette. It's gold, motherfucker! More like Bling Man. Yeah. Is it worth the copyright strike? Hey look, it's the level Ego Raptor like masturbates to himself over. Hey, legitimate question. Apart from me fucking around and, like, killing myself on purpose, have I actually died yet? Oh, no I haven't. I have 9 fucking lives. I'm a motherfucking cat. Ah ha ha! Gotcha! Got him. Hooray. Oh boy, this is like the most dickish fucking one to get. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there. Now I have to die. There. There, I killed myself. The quota is complete. This game is so violent. Everything fucking explodes when it dies. This part is fucking barnacles. Whoa, what was that? Whoa, what was that? Whoa, what was that? There we go. Am I the only one seeing that? Did you see Mega Man like spurging out? Like, yeah. is the ugliest zipper I've ever seen. Or shutter, whatever you want to call it. I shudder to think of what you guys call the shutters. Okay, Gyro Man is probably my favorite Robot Master, probably ever. I just love him. He looks fucking cool. Kill me, you son of a bitch! Wait. The answer is yes. It is worth the copyright strike.
Now, why they call me the master of homos.
Yo, girl was on me like, yeah. She wanted more, so I was like, yeah. I said, girl, let me try something new, please. Yeah, yeah, that's that gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. I was like, all I wanna do tonight is gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. I was like, stop, squeeze on that, yes. Now you wanna have some sex. I can't let you do that, babe. I just wanna squeeze, then I wanna leave. Knock them out, nothing less. Grab them butts and then them chest. I can squeeze enough for a whole damn crew, but I will not have sex with you. Can you understand? I'm a 10 squeeze man. Head full of booty in each my hands. I see you wanna dance, flow, do me your dance, but I ain't cancer, so you can't have sex with me. I see you running on my leg, that's gross. Girl, stay still just like a light post. I'll grab all night if I damn well please. Cause the girl knows it's my gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. I was like, all I wanna do tonight is gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. I was like, gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. I was like, all I wanna do tonight is gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. Gravity squeeze. I was like,
This is why nobody watches me. This is why I have no friends. Okay, these guys, you gotta shoot them in the balls, because otherwise they throw their head at you. What a miserable fucking life that thing has. This level is why the fucking Mega Man collection has a rewind button, because it sucks dick. Those crystals are motherfuckers, and whoever programmed them should have their hands beaten with a ruler by the angriest nuns. Yeah. Look at all this crystal. We must be in Indiana. You know, because of the meth. You know, funny story about crystal meth. My cat is a when my second rabbit passed away, I decided to get a cat instead because it was much less, well, you know, rabbits are like finicky little... I love rabbits to death, but they are very, very, like, high maintenance. So I decided, instead of having a second rabbit, I was just going to get a cat instead. So my ex-wife and I went to the shelter, and, like the typical story of like, oh, nope, there it is. Got it. So my ex-wife and I went to the shelter, and it was that typical story of like, oh, well, we were looking on the website, and we saw this cat we liked, so we were gonna get that one. And then we get there, and we find out that this cat is fucking death row cat. That even though it's only like a year old, it's on like 15 different medications, and if nobody adopts it, they're gonna put it down. But they had literally hours before we showed up, there was a raid on a meth house where the dude had like 15 animals. And one of them was a litter of one of them was a whole litter of kittens. One of them was one of the cats they rescued from his house who had just had kittens. And it was that typical story everybody fucking has who's gone to a fucking adoption shelter where it's like, oh, the cat chose us. Hello. Sorry, I keep my chat in another window. I didn't see you. But it was one of those stories about how it was like, oh, the cat chose us. And then my rabbit kicked her in the head and gave her brain damage, and now I have to give her seizure pills. I live an exciting life. Okay, fun fact, this is the guy who got this game banned in Vietnam, and I believe a few other countries. So we have a robot master called Napalm Man, and we appear to be in a jungle full of tigers. And most of this level is spent climbing around underground passages. And, boy, can you imagine what might have gotten this game in a little bit of trouble for this? I certainly couldn't. Not with a name like Napalm Man. Ugh. So needless to say, this game was not... Mega Man 5 specifically was not released in a couple Asian territories because of that. And you always have to hurry after you kill that last one, because those fuckers will kill you in one hit. Okay, how do we... Yep, found it. Oh, get away from me. Get away from me. Ah. Guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say it, guys. Guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I've actually somehow managed to kill myself on those spikes. I don't know how. Alright, these dudes right here. See the two dots and then the lines? I always thought that was their face. But if you look really closely as it comes up, it does have a set of, like, typical giant Mega Man lines. I don't think these things die for some reason. Why not? Hey look, we did it. We got beat. We won the game. Hey, fun rabbit fact. You can add this to my TV tropes page. That's the color Mega Man I usually use in Smash. I don't know why. I either use plain Jane vanilla Mega Man or I use that light blue-white combination. I'm sad that this like blue-orange combination wasn't added. That was probably my favorite color. That's why I like using Laser Trident in 9. You know, what a fucking narcissist. At least when Wily makes skull castles, you know, skulls are just kind of motif. He doesn't have a giant fucking Wily head. Alright, now check this shit out. Get him, Beat! Kill them, Beat. Kill them all. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. There we go. Whoop. Here, I have an idea. Go to hell. This part is just like, what? Did you use up beat? Do you want some more beat? Here you go, have some more beat. Kill them, Beat. Kill them all. Go forth and beat to the extreme. Oh boy, check out this power play. The next time I stream the Mega Man games, because let's be real, I'm going to stream these again someday. I'm going to stream the Anniversary Collection, because it's the English it is the English localized version of the Rockman Complete Works for PlayStation. And I remember when I would browse the Mega Man homepage like 15 times a day as a kid. I used to be so enamored by the Complete Works. So, they did sell the Complete Works on the PSN store, but they only sold them up to 5. And, of course. They only sold them up to 5, and, they've all since been removed from the PlayStation Store because there was like a great purge a couple of months ago. And, oh, those things don't care, do they? You'd think this thing would come from Starman's level. They were so fucking out of ideas for this game, they reused the same boss 4 times. Here you have Darkman. With his completely erratic attack pattern. Oh yeah. I believe one of these castle stages actually reuses assets from DuckTales. I think it's actually this one. It's either this one or one of the Wily levels that reuses tile sets from the I want to say the sewer level. Someone's gonna drop some big energy. That was one of those parts that little baby rabbit just abused Rush Jet on as a kid. As a wee lad. Okay, this is the only feasible way I can think of to... Wait a minute. Up. Oh. Well, it helps if you're not retarded. There we go. I need to keep beat nice and strong. First off, give me that help. Second off, give me that E. And third off, yeet. I don't need that life. I don't even use the one I have to the fullest potential. Hey, I have an idea. Be gone. Yeah, I meant to do that. What even was the second part? Okay, that's what I figured. I feel no shame in checking for the... because I just really don't like 5. That almost seems like a fucking waste. How about this? That's a very cool rotating effect for an NES game, I'll say that. That was also the design of the Dark Man that they used in the show. There was one, like, late season 3 episode of the Ruby Spears cartoon that uses the Dark Man in it. Not for any particular reason, it's just the animators going, yeah, look, see, we played Mega Man 5. I don't get to flex my boner over the Ruby Spears cartoon enough on these streams. I legitimately love the Mega Man Ruby Spears cartoon, and I will defend it to the death. It was an absolutely incredible video game adaptation compared to the Mario cartoon. Like, the Mario cartoon and the Mega Man cartoon were, like, the best adaptations of video games. Like, the Sonic cartoons were neat, but, like, that's basically it. I liked the Sonic cartoons. But the thing is that Sonic cartoons have a history of being, like, consistently good. I'm talking about, like, raging fucking dumpster fires of cartoons here. Like Captain N, or like, oh, Jesus Christ. What was the one? I think I actually owned a videotape of, there was like a very limited release of the Rayman pilot episodes. But no, the Ruby Spears Mega Man cartoon, it originally had an art style very similar to the actual Mega Man art style. But when they showed it to the focus groups, the children did not like it, because anime had not yet taken off in America. But the Ruby Spears company was very inspired by anime and worked alongside Japanese anime. Like, it wasn't totally unheard of to, like, reach out. Like, America was aware of the anime in the 80s. And if you ever wondered, like, man, why does the X-Men intro look so fucking good, but then the rest of the X-Men cartoon just looks okay? Or, like, why does the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles intro look so fucking good? It's because they reached out to, like, Japanese animation companies and were like, hey, you do us a solid. But, oh, I should have grabbed that. That's alright. I'll be okay. But the Ruby Spears company was, like, one of the first animation studios to, like, directly work alongside anime studios for like long periods of time. So the original Mega Man cartoon that was eventually released as the OVA, oh boy, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. No, I'm not. The original cartoon that was released alongside, it was released in America as Upon a Star. And, that DVD goes for ludicrous prices because it only got one printing. Because I have both of the Ruby Spears box sets. I have the original release by ADV Films, which is this like ungodly abomination where I think it's what some of the original Sailor Moon DVDs released were on. Where they're these just like giant fucking box sets where they've both got 3 DVDs in them. And there's no menus, it just rolls straight through all the episodes. But then I have the second box set that came out as well, where it was the entire series, where they made the box set look like an NES game. You know what? I do this enough. Why don't I just do this? I somehow cannot find the, Well, here, I'll post this. The Ruby Spears version of Rock is probably one of my absolute fucking favorites. That's why I always used to like beg my mom to let me grow my hair shaggy as a kid. But well, here is the second box set that was released. Oh, here they are. Okay, here it is. This is the original box set that was released. Oh my god. Oh my god, Google, what is this fucking... Holy shit, dude. Okay, anyway. This is the original box set that was released. And as you can see, it's kind of... And this is the second box set that was released. That the second box set had like more special features and shit. So whenever I want to rewatch the season, or whenever I want to rewatch the series, I always use this box set. If you have the ADV box set, there's nothing wrong with them. There's no you get the same episodes. There's no extra episodes or less episodes or whatever. But this is the box set that has, like, interviews and shit like that. But, I could talk about the Ruby Spears Mega Man all fucking day. It's just... Oh, except Eddie was green for some reason. I don't know why Eddie was green. And a lot of people get upset about, what is this? Oh, that's just a kit bash. There was just so much cool shit in the, here we go. I have this figure hanging above my computer. Because this is the only one, because I have a full set of the, Ruby Spears figures. I have both the sets that I actually played with as a kid, the ones I actually played with as a kid, and then the, a second set that I bought that I leave unopened, and I leave this one hanging above my computer. I fucking love this one. This is the figure I was talking about where I played with it so much. I actually had like 3 of them because I played with it so much it fucking broke, and my mom had to get me another one. I mean, before somebody throws the spoiled white kid complaint at me, those figures were like fucking... That was back in the 90s where like an action figure was like $5. Ah! There we go. But, the Ruby Spears Mega Man, they get a lot of complaints saying that, like, they don't actually know or care about Mega Man. And that's not true. Everyone on that fucking staff loved Mega Man. Everyone loved working, like, they loved the games. They loved, they actually worked alongside Capcom to make the series. That used to fuck with me all the time. So you know something's wrong because it... Yeah, there you go. I really like the story of this game because there was the this is basically the sequel to the story we never saw in Mega Man 4, which is there was an entire subplot of Kalinka getting rescued by Proto Man, and the reason I say I want to stream the next time I stream these games, I want to use the Anniversary Collection, is because the Anniversary Collect or the there's the Complete Works games added this like thing where it was like a character talks to you over the radio, and in Mega Man 4 it was Kalinka. And you got to hear this, like, basically, Kalinka would tell you stories. It's almost like a radio drama. Whoop. Kalinka would talk about how she would sneak around Wily's fortress And that's how it justified her telling you, like, boss weaknesses and shit. Like, she managed to break into it. And it really, like, expanded on Kalinka's character. Like how, you know, since Dr. Cossack is this incredible scientist, you know, Kalinka herself is no slouch either because she's just as smart as her dad, basically. But, throughout Mega Man 4, Proto Man was going on an adventure of his own, rescuing Kalinka. And there's a fun, like, little bit of fanon that I like to use where, people say that the reason that Dr. Wily tried to frame Proto Man in this game was revenge for Proto Man fucking with him in 4. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, there's no... Okay. Yeah, whenever you're on moving platforms in a Mega Man game, just keep jumping. As long as there's not, like, spikes or some shit over your head. Okay, I know Beat needs it more, but just in case... Hey, remember that part in Dustman's level nobody liked? Can we bring that back in the sequel? You know what I call this? Energy farming. Unless they just never drop fucking health, apparently. Oh my god, I don't think they drop health. Well, there's a life. There we go. Well, now they're not dropping fucking weapon energy. Shit. No, don't waste any more. Fuck. Jesus. But Rabbit, don't you have a mystery tank? The mystery tank should always be saved for the boss rush. Oh my god. Oh my god. All that work. All that work undone. Typical fucking Rabbit move. Oh, this is the asshole, I think. Yup. Oh, this one fucking sucks. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There we go. Oh, it was all for nothing. Oh, it was all for nothing. Oh, God. Okay, just kill me. Sweet release of death, take me. I just plan on being complete shit to this game when I archive this footage. I've already thought about it. I'm just... Whoop. Oh my god. This dude's weakness is the crystal eye, but I'm not fucking, like... Oh my god! Please! A lot of people say, hey Rabbit, how are you so like autistically good at these Mega Man games? And the answer is because growing up as a kid, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere or do anything. So I just played my NES all day. And a lot of people are nostalgic for the NES, and I can understand that because the NES and the Super Nintendo are like games I always find myself going back to. Here is the thing. People who refuse to play these because there are people who refuse to play these collections. I didn't finish my thought the other day on a video I made where I was saying that like once upon a time I used to be against emulators, and that was wow. Oh, and there's no Rush Marine. Oh no. But I used to be terrified of emulators, and I would like I was one of those people where it's like, oh my god, I gotta delete the game or my dad's gonna get arrested. But, like, I know people who, they will not touch emulators at all. One of my friends is in love with the 64, and I don't understand that, because I fucking hate the 64. Even when I was a kid, I hated the 64. Everything on the 64 that was, like, worth a fucking goddamn was either ported or remade. So, like, obviously, you have all of the rare classics on Rare Replay. And people always go, like, but Rabbit, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, which are both on 3DS, and for some reason have not been ported to the Switch. It boggles the mind. But, I would take the fucking 3DS remakes as is. Hey, you know those 2 extra buttons on the Switch controller you didn't have on the 3DS? There you go. That's how you use your other items. Ta-da! There you go, Grezzo. That one's free. But, no, like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, I get it. But people who, like, only want to play shit on real hardware. Like, he's got that EverDrive thing. And I get it, the EverDrive is cool. If it wasn't for the fact that I discovered, oh god, what is that thing called? The, like, RK101775000, whatever. It's that, Game Boy Advance thing. It's, like, not quite a Game Boy Advance, but it is. Oh, he can yeet down the ladder. We gotta do this quick. There we go. It's one of those, like, Game Boy Advance remake things. I had one of those in a flash cart that I used to play games on, but, like, I don't know, you know, I don't know. I can't get behind the logic of... Because the real point that this is fucking boiling down to is one of the reasons I'm so fucking good at these games is because NES games had a tendency to just shit themselves while you were playing. So, like, you would be playing your NES, and then it's like, oh, there was a little bit of dust on the contact, so the game started glitching up, and then after that it was, oh shit, it's a fucking countdown to when the game is just gonna lock. And that's with using, like, spray can, or air cans, and, you know, the whole alcohol. Like, I kept a bottle of alcohol and a box of Q-tips in my playroom, like, at all times. And, yeah, I just... That's why I'm like, how can you play on the real hardware, like, when that has a chance to happen? And I am, like, the most ridiculous person when it comes to taking care of my shit. Here we go. Yeah, some nice Mega Man ASMR for you. This one was so bizarre. I think they had the cartridge filled, like, to the fucking brim. Is it called the Star Crash because you have to goddamn fucking run into them to hit them with it? Jesus. But yeah, I just... You know what? If that's what you like, that's what you like, and I'm totally for it. But just, I cannot wrap my head around fucking playing on the original hardware. I just... One of the worst tantrums I ever threw with a video game was, dying. I made it to the final temple in Zelda 2, and I was like 9. But I made it to the final temple in Zelda 2, and I like died right before I got there, and I like kicked my NES across the fucking basement, and it actually worked better. Or like you know, some of you, like, if one of you fucking 12-year-old Zoomers somehow came across this video, and shame on you, you shouldn't be watching me anyway. I remember, like, there was this big thing where it's like, okay, everybody, get rid of your antennas. Fucking TV's going digital. And, I remember my dad dropped the rabbit ears that used to sit on top of the TV. He dropped that onto my Wii, and, like, all it did, it actually broke the antenna. Like, it scratched the cover for the GameCube ports a little bit, but, like, the antenna base itself actually broke. And then compare that to, like, my fucking myriad of 3DSs that have all had a fucking problem. Like, the original new 3DS, or whatever it was called, I broke mine the day I brought it home, because, when I was switching the SD card out from my old 3DS to my, my new 3DS, my new 3DS, ironically, I stripped the fucking screws. So I had to go to the hardware store and buy a fucking screw for my 3DS. Which, granted, that's not the end of the fucking world, but... a fun anecdote. Wow. See, it's more fun to do that. Who's even left? Why did I go back up? Oh yeah, crystal meth, man. Okay, I think this is the wrong one. I don't think I've ever died to this boss. Ever. Like, they put those spikes there to fuck with you. Here. There. Now I can finally say I've died to the boss. Does he even kill you when he falls on you? No. No, he doesn't. Look at this. Look how little of a shit they gave. And they're still using the boss music. Well, there we go. Now I finally died. I don't even think they used the real boss music in the until like the final boss. They put one of those cocksuckers on like every fucking screen in this level. Yeah. This one's the fucking bastard. You just have to push forward or he keeps coming back. Do you think this is the final part? Yeah, see, they just do not give a shit. Nope. And now you see why I say this is like the worst NES Mega Man game. There we go. Now it's the final battle. Did you know I only got a bird because Mega Man has a bird? Does that make me pathetic? I don't know. I love my bird, even though she's a cunt. I have never successfully held Skipper. I don't think I've ever told this story on stream before, and I'm sorry if this makes me look like a huge piece of shit pet owner, but so after the separation, I got a bird because I'd always wanted a bird, and my ex-wife threw a fit and said I wasn't allowed to have one. So I figured since she was gone, I'll get a bird. And, oh my god, that's pathetic, come on. On both accounts. But, I figured since she was gone, I'll get a bird. And so I got my first bird, Caduceus, who I just called Caddy for short. And he was a very sweet, charming bird. He was a cinnamon-colored cockatiel. He was all gray and white. And, he warmed up to me in like a week, which was really nice because I heard birds are very fussy. And, so that was my little buddy. We built Gundams together because for like a month or two, for like the first couple months after the separation, all I did was just build fucking Gundams. I think I have like 20 Gundams. I went from like 3 Gundams to like 20. And I have pictures of, you know, Caddy bringing me pieces. And it was fun because, you know, like the parts that you actually snap off and you snap the pieces off of before you like file them down and all that. I actually have pictures of him like bringing me the pieces and stuff, which is really nice. And when I bought my house, I originally had Caddy in the corner of my living room because I always had, that's where he was in my apartment. And so Indiana started doing this thing called the Real ID, where when you signed up for your newest, in order to get your replacement ID card and all that, you had to prove it with a birth certificate. And I had to go through a couple extra hoops because my mom was born in Germany. And I needed my mom to drop off some paperwork. But my girlfriend, my roommate, and I were all at work. And my mom insisted that she'd had nothing to do with this. I'm still angry at my mom about this. I absolutely blame her for this. She came over to drop off my birth certificate, her birth certificate, and a couple extra papers I needed for my ID card. I always had one. This is just renewing it. But at the time, my girlfriend and I were working in separate departments, so we would drive to work together since we worked at the same time. And my mom saw that my car was still in the driveway, so she was banging on my door. And of course, I have dogs. And when they hear banging at the door, they go fucking nuts. And when my mom's own words is that she sat there for 15 minutes banging on the door waiting for me to come out. And meanwhile, my dogs were just getting more and 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 more fucking crazy psycho. And they eventually just tore the entire fucking living room up. They like ripped all my blinds out because they were like, oh my god, someone's at the door, who the fuck is it? They like tore all my blinds out, they flipped the couch over, they tore the couch all to shit, they flipped my desk over, and they destroyed Caddy's cage and killed him. And I had a couple months of like being deeply upset because, I mean, it would be the same, if not worse, if it happened to Mordecai. That's why Mordecai, from day one, has always been a separate room away from the birds. But, or away from the dogs. But I had a couple months of not having a bird. And then eventually it's like, no, I still want a bird. I still want to have a bird. So after a couple months of grieving, I had to go through a breeder to get another bird. And so I went from Caduceus to Asclepius, but I call him Skipper for short. And I still cannot confirm whether or not it's a male or female. I believe it's a female just because of how it acts. And I just assume it's a female. That's why I always call it a bitch. But, Skipper, Skipper sings a lot more than Caddy did, because Caddy just screamed. But, Skipper sings a lot compared, like, Skipper actually sings. And, I have never successfully held Skipper. I have tried every single "this will make your bird love you" trick in the book, and just nothing works. And it's just a shame, because I used to walk around the apart, like, if it was my day off, I would just have Caddy out all day. The Kirby stream I did, like 2 years ago now, Caddy was actually on my monitor the entire time. It was kind of like me and JonTron. Or it was kind of like JonTron, how, like, when Jacques was still alive, he was in all of JonTron's videos. I would just have, like, dude, I would take a shit with Caddy. Like, I would go to the bathroom, just sit on the toilet, be on my phone, and Caddy would just be, like, grooming my hair or something. And it's just a shame. Like, I still, like, people have told me, like, oh, you should just give Skipper away. I have been told that sometimes it can take a year or two for birds to even warm up to you. And considering this bitch is going to live for, like, 20 years, she's got to like me eventually. So I continue to work with Skipper every day. I have millet. I try to give her a sprig of millet every time I come by. And the best that I've gotten is that I was able to put my hand in the cage and she didn't run away. But when I tried to, like, you know, brush her breast as, like, you know, step up, she bit the absolute fucking dick shit out of me. And I have a scar on my finger now, but that's alright. I will continue to work with it. Just, you know, Mega Man 5 is a game about bird. It's a game where Beat debuted, so I figured we'd talk about birds. Oh, that's right. Alright, so there it is. That's Mega Man 5. What about Mega Man 6? Oh, wow. Let me see if it's got it. No, it doesn't. Okay. Alright. But yeah, that was Mega Man 5. And we will come back and do 6 another time. It is my last official day off before school starts back up, so I'm just gonna relax before I have to go to work. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dealing with my somberness, so to say, but I figured, hey, this is it's a somber stream, so. But this is a somber stream, so it's, you know, so to say. But, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more Mega Man at another day.